Hey everyone, good morning and welcome to Social Studies Monday, where we will be doing a social studies read aloud. And last week we did a read aloud about General George Washington. This week we're going to talk about the Statue of Liberty. All right, just like last week, we are looking at informational text. So this is nonfiction, and it's a scholastic news reader. It's got a lot of good information in this book about the Statue of Liberty. In fact, the title is, What is the Statue of Liberty? And this book will definitely answer that question. So, let's begin. What is the Statue of Liberty? The Statue of Liberty is one of the tallest statues on earth. People call the statue Lady Liberty. Liberty means freedom. She stands for freedom. You could also say she represents freedom. That's a good vocabulary word to use. And it may be our word of the day. Lady Liberty stands on Liberty Island. The island is near New York City. She has stood there for over 120 years. Wow, that's a long time. Remember, an island is this land here with water all around it on all sides. So you'd have to take a boat to get there. Liberty Island is in the Hudson River between New York and New Jersey. I've never been there, but that would be fun. Long ago, many people came to America by boat. They came from all over the world. They came to live in freedom. The Statue of Liberty held her torch high to greet them. See, there's the torch. The Statue of Liberty was the first thing many people saw when coming to America. All of these people want to come and experience the freedom that America had to offer. They would come by boat, and as they came toward the land, they would see this. I wonder what those people must have thought when they saw the statue with the torch. Do you think they were happy? Do you think that they were excited? Relieved? Maybe all three. The statue was not always on Liberty Island. She was built in France. She was a gift from the French people. How did she get to the U.S.? First, they took her apart. Then they packed her in 214 boxes. It's pretty interesting. And just for reference, there's France and there's the U.S. The statue had to travel a long way. And did you know it took workers 9 years to build the Statue of Liberty? It's a long time. Lady Liberty's skin is made of copper. Think about what a penny looks like when you think of copper. It's like a pretty brownish gold color. That's what Lady Liberty was made of. The sun and air have turned her green over the years. When she was new, she was brown, like a copper penny. So that's how she got green. Very interesting. This copy of the statue's face showed what it looked like when it was new. Wow. Okay. What does it look like inside? Inside are iron bars. They hold her up, just like your bones hold you up. There are stairs inside too. There are 142 steps from her feet to her crown. So this is what you would see inside the Statue of Liberty here, if you went in. Millions of visitors come to see the Statue of Liberty each year. They take a boat, just like people did long ago. Lady Liberty still stands to greet them. Oh, there's people visiting, and they're even wearing hats. So, have you seen the Statue of Liberty or Lady Liberty? And if you have, I would love for you to tell me what it looks like in real life or in person. I haven't, but this is a pretty cool picture. It talks about Lady Liberty. It's like a diagram. So it says, here's the flame. The torch is covered in gold. And here's the crown. Of course, it has 7 spikes, and they stand for the 7 continents and 7 seas. Very interesting. I bet you didn't know what the spikes stood for. Her nose is about as long as a 9-year-old child is tall. Wow. Her skin is only as thick as 2 pennies put together. The book in her hand has the date July 4th, 1776. I wonder why. Because that is the birthday of the United States of America. The 4th of July, Independence Day. All right. So in this book, of course, there is an index, there's a glossary, there's a lot of good vocabulary words. I love informational text, especially when it comes to social studies, because it's got a lot of information in it that you can go look it up somewhere else, because this book is pretty small. But the Statue of Liberty is a pretty big topic. So if I find a word in here that I'd like to know more about, I can go look it up on the internet or go to the library and find another book about it so that I can learn more about what the Statue of Liberty represents, the type of people that came here from other countries, and what they felt, what they experienced, things like that. The last thing I would like to read you is a poem that was written by Emma Lazarus, and she wrote it about the Statue of Liberty. It's inscribed on a plaque inside the lower level of the statue. So it's called The New Colossus. And some of the words might sound a little interesting or tricky, but if you really think about what each sentence means, it's really beautiful. So I'm going to read it. Okay. The New Colossus. Not like the brazen giant of Greek fame, with conquering limbs astride from land to land, here at our sea-washed sunset gates shall stand a mighty woman with a torch whose flame is the imprisoned lightning, and her name, Mother of Exiles. From her beacon hand glows worldwide welcome, her mild eyes command. The air-bridged harbor that twin cities frame. Keep, ancient lands, your storied pomp, cries she with silent lips. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free. The wretched refuse of your teeming shore. Send these, the homeless, tempest-tossed, to me. I lift my lamp beside the golden door. I just think that's so beautiful, because this poem is very representative of what America really was a long time ago. It was a place where people came from all over to get freedom because they were poor or they were homeless. They needed somewhere to stay and to live a great life, and that is America. So I hope you learn more about this. I actually have packets for you to pick up in the office if you haven't already picked yours up, and you will see a passage about the Statue of Liberty with the poem I just read, and there are some questions you can answer about the Statue of Liberty. And I did put an answer key in there so that you can check your work. I hope you have a wonderful day. Lunch pickup is today from 11 to 12, and I will be checking in with you on Teams, and let me know if you have any questions. Have a good day.